Have you ever wished you could be the woman he simply can't get out of his head? The one who effortlessly lingers in his thoughts long after the conversation ends, who becomes the spark in his mind when he's scrolling his phone or lying awake at night. Today, I'm about to show you exactly how to do that, using real proven psychology and emotional triggers that will make you absolutely unforgettable. And no, this isn't about playing mind games or pretending to be someone you're not. This is about tapping into your authentic power, the magnetic energy you already have, and learning how to naturally create the kind of emotional connection that makes him think about you non-stop. In this video, you're going to discover 5 strategic, powerful methods that smart, confident women use every day, often without even realizing it, to captivate a man's attention and imagination. These aren't recycled tips or shallow tricks you've heard 100 times before. I'm giving you deep insights into how male attraction really works, and how you can influence his emotional world without chasing, overgiving, or losing yourself. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to stay on his mind in a way that feels natural, empowering, and irresistibly you. So if you're ready to stop guessing, stop overthinking, and finally start being the woman he can't stop thinking about, stay right here. You're about to unlock a side of attraction most women never even tap into. Let's dive deep, because the version of you that he can't stop thinking about is about to be unleashed. When it comes to understanding why men become obsessed, truly obsessed with certain women, it all boils down to emotional imprinting. Human beings, especially men, are wired to become attached to feelings, not just to appearances. It's not about being the most beautiful woman in the room. It's about being the one who makes him feel something unforgettable. When you trigger the right emotions, you plant a seed in his mind that grows stronger over time. And that's what causes real obsession. Men are biologically and psychologically programmed to seek connection with women who awaken their deeper primal needs, the need for admiration, challenge, security, and emotional excitement. It's not enough to simply be nice to him. If a woman makes a man feel admired, understood, and slightly intrigued all at once, she taps into parts of his brain that process reward and pleasure. Every interaction becomes a little emotional high that he subconsciously starts craving more and more. Another critical factor is unpredictability. When everything about you is completely predictable, the brain gets bored. But when you combine warmth, affection, and just enough mystery, you create an emotional tension that hooks his mind. Men are natural problem solvers and hunters. If he feels like he can't fully figure you out, yet he feels good whenever he interacts with you, he's going to keep thinking about you. He'll replay conversations, analyze your behavior, and wonder what you're thinking, without even realizing why he's doing it. The final psychological key is emotional contrast. When you give a man experiences that swing between joy, passion, laughter, and depth, you create a dynamic bond that no casual connection can compete with. His mind starts associating you with a rush of different powerful emotions, making you not just a memory but a vivid, unforgettable experience. And experiences, not appearances, are what deeply embed in the male psyche. Understanding this psychology gives you an incredible advantage, because once you know that it's all about making him feel in a way no one else does, you shift from chasing attention to naturally commanding it. You become the woman he can't stop thinking about, the woman he feels drawn back to again and again without even understanding why. One of the most powerful secrets to making a man think about you non-stop is to leave a little mystery. Mystery isn't about playing games or being cold. It's about creating enough space and intrigue that he feels compelled to lean in closer. In a world where everyone is so quick to overshare and reveal everything instantly, mystery becomes magnetic. It sparks curiosity, and curiosity keeps you living in his mind long after the conversation is over. Men are naturally drawn to challenges. It's not because they love difficulty for its own sake. It's because their minds are wired to solve puzzles, to pursue what feels valuable and rare. When you leave certain things unsaid, when you allow moments of silence, when you reveal yourself slowly over time rather than all at once, you naturally become more fascinating. He'll find himself wondering about you. What are you thinking? What drives you? What makes you smile when you're alone? That wondering keeps you alive in his imagination. And imagination is the birthplace of obsession. Leaving a little mystery also gives him the emotional space to invest in discovering you. Think about it. If you hand everything over immediately, your thoughts, your feelings, your life story, there's no journey for him to take. But if he senses that there's more to you than meets the eye, if he feels that there are layers to you that he has yet to uncover, he'll be drawn back again and again, wanting to know more. Each conversation will feel like a new adventure. Each interaction will build anticipation, and that anticipation is incredibly addictive. Practically speaking, leaving mystery can be as simple as not always being the first to text back, not explaining every move you make, or answering questions in a way that's truthful but leaves room for interpretation. It can be sharing parts of your passions and life, but keeping certain dreams or stories tucked away for later. It's about pacing how much of your inner world you reveal, letting him feel like he's earning a deeper connection over time. The beauty of mystery is that it naturally filters out the wrong men. A man who is genuinely interested will rise to the challenge and enjoy the process of getting to know you. A man who is only looking for something easy or transactional will lose interest. And that's exactly what you want. You're not looking to be another forgettable experience. You're here to be unforgettable. Mystery makes you memorable. It plants seeds of fascination that grow into full-blown emotional attachment. It shows that you value yourself enough not to rush connection, and that alone sets you apart from everyone else. In the art of making a man think about you non-stop, a little mystery isn't just powerful, it's absolutely essential. If you want to make a man think about you non-stop, you have to tap into something far more powerful than just physical attraction. You need to create emotional anchors. Emotional anchors are those unforgettable feelings and moments you tie to yourself in his mind. They are the experiences that leave a lasting impression long after the moment has passed. Whenever he feels a certain way, he subconsciously connects it to you, and that's when you become absolutely unforgettable. Emotional anchors are built during moments of heightened feelings. It could be laughter so deep that he still chuckles when he thinks of you. It could be a moment of raw vulnerability that made him feel seen and understood like never before. It could be a spontaneous adventure, a private inside joke, a special look you gave him across a crowded room. These moments aren't accidental. They're created through authenticity, timing, and a deep awareness of the emotional energy you bring to your interactions. One way to create an emotional anchor is through shared experiences that trigger strong positive emotions. Doing something exciting together, trying something new, laughing uncontrollably over something silly. All of these experiences heighten his emotional state, and when associated with you, build a lasting memory. Think about it. People don't remember every detail of their lives, but they always remember how someone made them feel at a significant moment. That's what you're aiming for, not perfection, but impact. Another powerful technique is using sensory triggers. Humans are deeply affected by their senses. A certain perfume, the sound of your laughter, the way you say his name, these small sensory details can become incredibly strong emotional anchors. Every time he catches a hint of that scent or hears a similar laugh, even when you're not around, you'll immediately flash across his mind. Sensory memory is one of the strongest and most involuntary memory systems we have, and using it intentionally can be a quiet but potent way to stay unforgettable. It's also important to understand the emotional gaps in his life. Is he someone who craves appreciation but rarely gets it? Is he someone who seeks excitement but lives a routine existence? When you naturally, authentically meet a need he doesn't even fully realize he has, you create a deeper anchor because now you're associated with feelings he doesn't experience often. You're not just a person in his life, you become an emotional sanctuary, a place of fulfillment he'll unconsciously seek out over and over. However, emotional anchoring must be genuine. It's not about manipulation, it's about real connection. You can't fake the kind of emotional presence that creates a lasting impact. It comes from truly being present, listening deeply, sharing experiences wholeheartedly, and allowing genuine moments of emotion to rise naturally. When you master the art of emotional anchoring, you're no longer just another date or another pretty face. You're the woman who stirs something deep inside him. He'll find himself thinking about you when he hears a song, when he feels happy, when he feels lonely, even when he's surrounded by other people. Because no matter where he goes or what he's doing, you've tied your presence to the best and most powerful parts of his emotional world. And once you're emotionally anchored in his heart, you're no longer fighting for his attention. You are the woman who effortlessly owns his thoughts. One of the most underrated but incredibly powerful ways to make a man think about you non-stop is to mirror his desires subtly. This doesn't mean losing yourself or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about understanding what truly matters to him. The dreams he has, the values he holds dear, the feelings he craves, and reflecting those back to him in an authentic, natural way. When a man feels that his inner world is mirrored and understood by you, he feels a rare magnetic connection that he won't find just anywhere. Men are constantly looking, even unconsciously, for someone who gets them. Not just someone who listens, but someone who resonates with their core desires. When you mirror a man's aspirations, his emotional needs, or even his outlook on life, he feels an unexplainable comfort and excitement around you. You become a source of emotional validation, and validation, when it's genuine and not forced, is intoxicating. The subtle art of mirroring begins with deep, attentive listening. Most people listen to reply. Very few listen to understand. When you listen carefully, picking up not just on his words, but on what lights him up when he talks, you gain a map to his emotional world. Maybe he lights up when talking about ambition, or he reveals he values loyalty above all else, or he shows vulnerability about his dreams. By naturally weaving your own experiences, dreams, and feelings to show alignment with his core desires, you create an effortless bridge between your worlds. Mirroring can be as simple as using similar language, affirming his dreams without overly flattering him, or sharing moments from your own life that reflect same values he holds dear. For example, if he speaks passionately about wanting to travel and see the world, you might casually share your excitement about a dream destination you want to visit too. If he values deep conversations and authenticity, you can offer glimpses into your own authentic thoughts and emotions, signaling that you live on the same emotional wavelength. It's important, though, to remain true to yourself. Authenticity is the key that unlocks real obsession. If you mirror him too much, or in ways that don't align with your truth, he'll subconsciously sense the mismatch. Subtlety is everything. Think of it as gently harmonizing with his emotional music, not copying his every note. When done right, mirroring his desires creates a sense of we instead of just you and me. It gives him a vision of a shared life, a shared mission, and shared emotional fulfillment. Suddenly, you're not just someone he's interested in. You become the woman who feels like home. And home is something every man will constantly crave and think about, even when he's far away. This technique taps into deep psychological needs: the need to be seen, the need to be supported, and the need to feel that someone is truly on his side without judgment. When you reflect his dreams, hopes, and emotional priorities back to him with authenticity and subtlety, you etch yourself into his heart and mind in a way that feels so natural he won't even realize how deeply connected he's becoming. In the game of capturing a man's thoughts and emotions, subtle mirroring isn't just a tactic, it's pure magic when done right. You're not manipulating him, you're aligning with the highest version of himself and letting him see that with you, everything he's hoping for is not only possible, but already beginning. One of the most magnetic things you can ever do to make a man think about you non-stop is to elevate your own energy. It might sound simple, but it's truly transformative. Men are drawn not just to a woman's appearance or words. They are captivated by the energy she carries. Your energy is the invisible force that enters the room before you even speak. It's what lingers in his mind long after you leave. When you consciously elevate your energy, you become unforgettable, almost irresistible. Elevating your energy isn't about being fake positive or pretending everything is perfect. It's about cultivating a genuine vibrance, a real inner glow that others can feel. It starts by nurturing your own happiness, your passions, your self-respect. A woman who is genuinely excited about her life, who wakes up feeling inspired and fulfilled, radiates an energy that's incredibly hard to ignore. When you are deeply connected to your own joy, you naturally pull others into your orbit without trying to impress or chase anyone. Men, just like women, are incredibly sensitive to emotional states. A woman who feels drained, insecure, or desperate can unintentionally repel no matter how beautiful she is. On the other hand, A woman who feels alive, abundant, and self-sufficient is like a bright light in a dim world. She becomes the source of emotional elevation for those around her. And guess what? Men can't help but want to be close to the source of that energy. They crave it, they remember it, they long for it when they're away from it. One of the most effective ways to elevate your energy is to become deeply engaged with your own life. Invest in your passions, take care of your body and mind, surround yourself with inspiring people, and cultivate habits that build you up emotionally and spiritually. When you focus on living a beautiful, fulfilling life for yourself, your energy shifts naturally. You stop seeking validation from others because you already feel complete within yourself. And that self-sufficiency creates a powerful gravitational pull. Another key to elevating your energy is mastering your emotional state. This doesn't mean you never feel sad, angry, or anxious. That's part of being human. It means you become skilled at regulating those emotions and not allowing them to define you. When you know how to find your center, even during chaos, you project strength and calmness that is incredibly attractive. You show that you're not looking for someone to fix you or save you. You're inviting someone to join you in a life that's already beautiful. The final piece of elevating your energy is gratitude. Gratitude instantly raises your vibration. When you're thankful for what you have, your journey, your lessons, your growth, you shift out of scarcity and into abundance. And abundance is magnetic. When a man senses that you are already fulfilled, that your cup is overflowing, he naturally wants to be a part of that abundance. He doesn't feel burdened to make you happy. He feels inspired to add to the happiness that already exists. When you elevate your energy, you stop being the woman who waits anxiously for a text, wonders if she's enough, or fights for scraps of attention. You become the woman who is already glowing so brightly that he can't help but be drawn toward you. You become the thought that enters his mind when he's lying awake at night, wondering how he got so lucky to meet someone like you. In the end, it's your energy, not your words, not your looks, that leaves the deepest, most lasting imprint on his heart and mind. If you truly want a man to think about you nonstop, one of the most powerful secrets you can master is building anticipation and allowing space. This goes against what most people instinctively do when they like someone. It's natural to want to spend as much time as possible with someone you're excited about. But the truth is, obsession isn't built through constant availability. It's built through the right balance of closeness and mystery, through sparking curiosity and desire. Think about it. People crave what they can't have easily. We value what feels just slightly out of reach. When you are always available, constantly texting, always saying yes immediately, you lose the sense of discovery that makes relationships exciting. When you strategically create space for him to miss you, to wonder about you, to feel your absence, you plant seeds in his mind that grow stronger with time. He starts to notice the empty space you leave behind. And that's when he starts to crave your presence even more. Building anticipation isn't about playing games or making him insecure. It's about moving through your life with such fulfillment and purpose that you are naturally not available 24/7. It's about responding with warmth, but not urgency. It's about sharing pieces of yourself while still leaving him curious for more. It's the difference between handing him the whole book on the first date versus offering just the first compelling chapter. Enough to hook him, enough to make him desperate for the next page. You can build anticipation by being selective with your time, communicating in a way that's engaging, but leaves a little to the imagination, and by making your interactions feel meaningful rather than constant. When you do spend time together, make it rich, present, and full of connection. Then allow space afterward. Let him sit with the memory. Let him relive the laughter, the eye contact, the way your voice made him feel. If you rush to fill every gap with more messages, more calls, more plans, you rob him of the beautiful tension that makes desire grow. Space also allows him to step into his masculine energy. It gives him room to initiate, to pursue, to come towards you. Men are biologically wired to seek and to win. If you are always closing the distance, he never gets the chance to feel the chase. And without the chase, the emotional stakes stay low. you want to give him the gift of missing you. Because in missing you, he realizes your value. Building anticipation also requires you to trust in yourself. You have to believe that your presence is impactful enough that it lingers even when you're not physically there. You have to trust that a powerful interaction carries more weight than a dozen small ones. It's not about doing more. It's about being more during the time you do share, and then confidently stepping back and letting the magic work. Ultimately, when you create anticipation and space with intention, you stay in his mind far longer than you realize. Every unanswered question, every unfinished conversation, every spark of chemistry you allow to breathe, rather than rush. It all builds a narrative in his mind where you are the center character he can't get enough of. He thinks about what you're doing, who you're with, when he'll see you again, what you'll say next. You become a mystery and a muse, all at once. The woman he cannot stop thinking about no matter how busy or distracted he tries to be. When it comes to making a man think about you non-stop, the magic isn't in one big gesture. It's in the little consistent things you do that leave an emotional imprint. Staying unforgettable isn't about being perfect. It's about being memorable in a way that touches his mind, his heart, and even his soul. And the best part, you don't have to change who you are. You simply have to bring forward the most magnetic, radiant version of yourself. One that is fully alive, self-assured, and emotionally intelligent. One of the most important final tips is to always leave him with a feeling. Facts are easily forgotten. Feelings linger forever. Every time he interacts with you, ask yourself, what emotional experience am I creating for him? It could be excitement, laughter, inspiration, safety, desire, or warmth. If every conversation, every date, every message leaves him feeling something powerful and positive, he will associate those feelings with you, and you'll crave more of them even when you're not around. Also, never underestimate the power of mystery. You don't have to reveal every detail of your life all at once. Let your story unfold naturally. Keep a little wonder alive. When he feels there's always more to learn about you, always more layers to uncover, his mind will stay engaged and his heart will stay curious. Curiosity keeps attraction alive. It's the secret ingredient that keeps a man looking forward to every moment he can spend with you. Another key to being unforgettable is authenticity. In a world where so many people wear masks and play roles, true authenticity is magnetic. When you are real, when you show your quirks, your passions, your vulnerability, and your strength without apology, you stand out. Men remember the women who make them feel safe enough to be real too. When you lead with authenticity, you invite deeper, more meaningful connections that go far beyond surface level attraction. Confidence is another non-negotiable trait of unforgettable women. True confidence isn't loud or boastful. It's quiet, steady, and rooted in deep self-worth. When you walk into a room with an inner knowing that you are enough exactly as you are, you shift the energy around you. Men can feel it. Confidence draws people toward you effortlessly because it signals that you don't need anyone to validate you. You choose who gets close to you. Another essential tip is to be the source of your own happiness. A woman who is emotionally fulfilled, who knows how to generate her own joy and peace, is rare and precious. When your happiness is not dependent on him, when you're happy with him but also happy without him, he feels a beautiful sense of freedom around you. He doesn't feel pressured to be your whole world, and that freedom paradoxically draws him even closer. Finally, practice gratitude and presence. Appreciate the little moments you share with him without clinging to them. Celebrate your life, celebrate yourself, celebrate the connection without fear. When you operate from a space of gratitude rather than fear or scarcity, your energy becomes light, uplifting, and irresistible. You create a dynamic where being around you simply feels good, and humans are naturally addicted to what feels good. In the end, staying unforgettable is about creating experiences that touch him emotionally, leaving pieces of your light in his memories. It's about showing up fully alive, fully real, and fully in love with your own journey. When you do that, he won't just think about you non-stop. He'll wonder how he ever lived without you. You won't have to chase him or convince him. You'll already be the standard he measures everyone else against, and no one will ever come close. One of the most potent tools for attracting endless attention and creating a magnetic presence is harnessing the power of affirmations. Affirmations are not just words. They are the energetic statements that shape your reality. They allow you to tap into your deepest desires, strengthen your sense of self-worth, and align your thoughts with the energy you want to attract. When you speak an affirmation with conviction, you send out vibrations into the universe that resonate with your inner power and allure. The affirmation I'm about to share isn't just about attracting attention in a superficial way. It's about drawing the right kind of attention, the kind that recognizes your worth, celebrates your authenticity, and honors your energy. This affirmation works because it's not just directed outward, it's a reflection of how you feel about yourself. True attraction begins within. So let's begin by embracing this powerful affirmation. I am magnetic, radiant, and deserving of all the love, respect, and attention that comes my way. I attract people who value me, appreciate my energy, and are drawn to my authenticity. I am a woman who effortlessly shines and captivates everyone around me because I know my worth. This affirmation has a few key components that make it so powerful. First, it starts with acknowledging your magnetic and radiant nature. You are inherently magnetic. It's not about forcing attraction or trying to be something you're not. It's about realizing that you already have the power to captivate people with your energy. When you believe you're magnetic, your confidence shines through and people will naturally be drawn to you. Second, it emphasizes being deserving. So often, we hold ourselves back from receiving attention or love because we feel unworthy. This part of the affirmation shifts that mindset. It reminds you that you are worthy of admiration and affection, not because of anything you need to prove, but because you simply are. You deserve respect, attention, and genuine affection, and you're open to receiving it freely. Third, the affirmation highlights the importance of attracting the right kind of people. This is key. Not all attention is good attention. You're not here to attract just anyone. You're here to attract people who align with your values, who genuinely appreciate your energy and who recognize your worth. By affirming this, you align yourself with positive, enriching relationships that support your growth and bring out the best in you. Additionally, as you practice this affirmation daily, it's important to live in alignment with the words you're speaking. Each time you say it, believe it, embody it, and step into that energy. The affirmation will begin to shape your thoughts, your actions, and your interactions with others, aligning everything you do with the magnetic presence you're cultivating. Remember, the most powerful thing you can do is to continue to show up as the best version of yourself. Confident, radiant, and unapologetically authentic. You don't need to chase attention, you simply need to shine in your own light, knowing that the right people will be drawn to you. And as you continue to repeat this affirmation, you will begin to notice how your energy shifts, how people start noticing you in ways they never did before, and how you start attracting exactly what you've always wanted.